but we shall be your friend.
Clock is sounding like a little critter right there saying that. Sound like a little critter. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode...
I have been,
Oh, God.
but we shall be
Episode, oh, God.
your friend.
Your friend. I'm sorry, that was on repeat. Stop it. A lot of issues going on in the sewer tonight. Hey, it's episode 100, and no, it's not 100. It's like 500 and something. 549. Ugh. Extremely confusing week. After the show last week, I got some sort of sickness. I got all ill. I got very ill. I don't know what the hell's... I got like a fever. My throat was all clogged up. The good part about that is I get to chug NyQuil a whole bunch. And, you know, since I'm pretty sober, NyQuil is the only drugs I've been doing. So I was like, yes, let's get blasted. We're going to get blasted, everybody. Yeah, but I'm feeling a little bit better from that. I got down with the sewer sickness. Yeah, and then on Tuesday, my microphone died. My EV320 just kicked the bucket. Just did not want to work. It was just, I don't know what was going on. I put the amp all the way up to 10. You could tap on it and you hear the tapping, but if you try to talk into it, there'd be no signal at all. I did a multimeter test on it. Wasn't working. So, rest in peace, RE320. Now I'm working with a $30 microphone here. The FUFA 669D. K669D. $30, everybody. I don't know if it sounds different, better. Who the hell knows? Because the rest of today was fucking rough, man. If you haven't heard yet, the great John C. Dvorak has passed away. Yeah, it's been a pretty rough day. Let's listen to a Chris Wilson tune over here, because I thought it'd be kind of fun. He was, where is that Chris Wilson tune? I don't know where I put it. Hold on. Let's listen to that, because that'll make me a little happier.
Well, congratulations for getting this far.
Yes, you too, my good sir.
Thanks.
Not bad at all.
I think we've had a good run.
We've had a good run, John. We should just quit while we're ahead. What would I be doing if I'd actually quit?
If a podcast makes 1,000 shows with the stuff of only 2, no sponsors to say no and take away their dough. If a show could launch 1,000 nights and just as many days, they give it all away and hope that people pay. But when we feel their funds are running dry, we come dig deep and save the day. If a man could be 2 dimensions at one time, I'd straddle with you. Dimension B, dimension A, with Sparky all the way. If the M5M should stop producing crap and telling lies, I'd spend the end with you. And when our show was through, one by one, our control room would retire. Then after that, we'd tune to Nick the Rock.
He gets inspired when
take over the show, aren't we?
Can you imagine?
Thank you for that, sir, Chris Wilson. Yeah, and I think Horowitz said it really well. He did a really good goodbye thingamajiggy. Let's listen to Horowitz because I enjoyed what he said. He said some very good stuff. So let's figure out what the hell I'm doing over here. And yeah, hold on a second. Let me change this over to here. And play the Horowitz clip, because he also had a very...
It's hard to imagine saying these words today, but today we're remembering my dear friend. We're honoring my longtime podcast partner, John C. Dvorak. John's passing is a tremendous loss for the entire podcasting and technology community. There's no question about that, because for decades and decades and decades, he informed, he entertained, he challenged, and often delighted audiences about all his great information, knowledge, and way of being. He was a man with sharp intellect, independent thinking. He was unmistakable in his sense of humor, sometimes dry, but a great sense of humor. He never hesitated to question anything about anything, and especially about conventional wisdom. We know that from his time on the show DH Unplugged and No Agenda, and all the times on TV and other podcasts he's done over his career. He did so with style, he did so with grace, he did so with a sense of humor, and that was entirely all his own. For me, the loss it's deeply personal. I mean, John was my friend. He's my co-host for 18 plus years, with energy and insight and information and countless memorable experiences and times where we talked about things that maybe weren't that interesting, but he made it interesting. The conversations we had each and every episode was unbelievable, and we didn't always agree on anything. No, we didn't. In fact, a lot of times we disagreed. But in fact, over the years, we came closer to understanding what each other had and the unique ability that he had to put it all in perspective and to create a better understanding for all of us. He made our audiences smarter and friendships richer. And Tuesday nights are never going to be the same, ever. Every Tuesday night for the rest of my life, I'm going to remember that, oh, it's 9:00 p.m. Eastern time. I got to be on show and on live with John right now. The conversations we had, the laughs we had, the debates, and that familiar voice are things that I'm going to miss more than words. I'm sure you are as well. But while there's a void that can never be filled, we're going to continue to find ways to remember John, and beyond what just life has, the impact that he had on all of us. We're going to move forward because that's what he would have wanted. I'm sure of that. He believed in looking ahead. He did. And staying engaged and continuing the conversation. He leaves behind an incredible legacy of family, who I consider part of, and I'm honored to be a part of, and much more than just behind the microphone. He's inspired generations of listeners, technology buffs, creators, and thinkers to ask questions, to wonder, to think independently, and never be afraid to speak what they think. He's going to be missed by many. I know. I can't even begin to tell you. I'm kind of numb to this, and I can't really. I'm tingling because the thought of not being able to talk to him it's a big hole in my heart, in my life. He's going to be remembered by all of who knew him, and I miss him. Rest in peace, John. Thank you for your friendship and for sharing your remarkable gifts with me and all of us. We'll miss you.
He held it pretty well together there. I would have been, I was crying all day. That's why I can't really, I don't, like, I want to talk about them, but I don't think I'll be able to get it out. Let's listen to some music. All right, let me see if I get this part out. Okay. I'm going to try not to get all... I've already been through a whole bunch of tissues. We never got the vinegar book. We never got to see his office. That bastard. My kid was like, "Hey, why are your eyes red?" I was like, "Because my friend John C. Dvorak died." He was like, John Cena died? No. That made me laugh, though. All right. Okay. Let's get on with the show. We could do it, people. We could do it. Now let's change this back over to a different source here. That would suck if John Cena died too. He's a pretty cool person, even though he loves China so much. But all right, let's go to. We have to change this source. I know what I'm doing here. All right, okay, going over here. We're gonna go. We're not going over there. It's the wrong. We're going over here. And we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna listen to what happened with Nvidia and Sega. We have to talk about that.
If not for what Sega did for Nvidia and what Irimajiri-san did for Nvidia, Nvidia would not be here today. To imagine that in 1995, Nvidia was nearly out of business, that we had chosen exactly the wrong technology, and that we will be here today, the largest company in the world, is unimaginable. Sega and Irimajiri-san, Yu Suzuki, your friendship, your support, and your belief in us means a lot to me.
Incredible. Here.
Thank you.
So I was looking into it. Apparently, I was like, why is Sega thanking Nvidia here? I mean, why is Nvidia thanking Sega? When Sega made the Dreamcast, they hired Nvidia to make the GPU for them. They wanted Nvidia to make the GPU for them. But Nvidia fucked up. And instead of using triangles for their graphic processing, they used squares. They used 4 points of data instead of 3. And Sega was like, you guys fucked up. But and the weird thing is, after that, they hired 2 companies after that, Sega, and didn't let each other know, didn't let the other companies know. They hired 3DFX and another company called Videologic, excuse me, to make the new, for the Dreamcast, the GPU. And they wound up going with Videologic. 3DFX got mad and sued them for, I don't know how much money, but they disclosed that. So Sega, oh, I didn't know Jensen talked about this, but either way, Sega gave them $5 million, and that helped Nvidia stay afloat and not sink and get to make their money today. Sega wound up selling that stock that they got from Nvidia. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I think Nvidia gave them $5 million worth of stock, and there was some sort of, like, a whole bunch of $1 million. I'm not too sure. I forget. Sorry, my brain's not where it's supposed to be. But they wound up selling their stock for $15 million. And if Sega held on to this, they would have $1 trillion today. We would still be playing maybe some Sega consoles if they didn't sell their stock yet. And again, who knows? Whatever would happen from that. Man, you never know what's going to go with these tech deals. It's shit's wild. Then also, whatchamacallit, NASA did this baloney. Here, look at this garbage. This is some fun stuff. Where's the
Fox 35 Mission Control, NASA is canceling a $73 million moon lander that's been in the works for years now.
Yeah, wow. Years now. And they're finally canceling it. Oh, wow. What might have happened?
But it wasn't done on time, and now NASA and the private company are parting ways. Fox 35's Esther Bauer is looking into what this means for the money that was already spent.
More than $40 million.
I think this is there's an alien talking on the screen right now. I think they're about to say they spent already $40 million they gave to a company. This seems a little messed up. So NASA gets our tax dollars, and then they give it to a company to do something that they weren't able to do. When do we get our money back? Where is our money? Man, Dreamcast was a great system, by the way, too. I played that gem game, the gem fighter game. That shit was crazy. The 4 people running around on the same screen fighting. Then there was Shenmue, which I thought was going to be revolutionary, but it was kind of just silly. And then Sonic CD had one of the coolest intros ever. I still enjoy that one. Yeah, Dreamcast was pretty cool. It had that big chunky controller and the little game controller that went inside the controller, but yeah, they wound up failing. They failed. You fail. Virtual Fighter, Virtual Memory Unit, the VMU. I don't think I ever played the Resident Evil on there. I did play that online role-playing game with the robots and shit. I forget what it's called. Something online, of course. But yeah, other than that, they failed. And I was like, man, when I buy this shit, spent a lot of money on it. Now it's not working no more. But anyway, let's listen to what happened with NASA.
Has already been spent, and NASA can't just ask for that money back. This mission started in 2022, and since...
What kind of contract is NASA making? NASA was like, here's a $73 billion contract. We're giving you $50 million. It looks like you guys fucked up. All right, bye. So $50 million of taxpayers' money is just kaput, gone. We get nothing from it. Zero, zilch, niche. Just, you get this segment on Nick the Rat Radio. That $50 million went into this one segment right here.
Then there's been delays and setbacks before the final call to cancel it this month. The lander was supposed to visit a crater on the south pole of the moon, but the mission is now over before it ever launched.
They're a lot more complex than people think when they start.
One of the companies who was awarded the contract sharing this month, Draper, has mutually agreed with NASA to end the Commercial Lunar Payload Services Task Order CP-12.
First, the longer you fall behind, the more it costs because you still have to pay people.
NASA has paid $43 million so far to the $73 million mission, and it's not possible for NASA to get a refund.
Oh, shit. Talking about video games and refunds and shit too, but Nintendo, I think they successfully sued somebody for their tariffs because they got their everything got raised in prices during the tariff time, like artificially or something. But A, I don't know too much about the story. Did the prices come down? The prices went up, but did they ever come back down? And B, Nintendo sued. So Nintendo's prices went up, so they raised all their prices. They were getting more money. Then they sue because the tariffs were there. They got the money from that. And then shouldn't that money go back to the consumer? Because they were doing... No, they're not giving shit to the consumer. They're like, fuck you, man. Nintendo's a bunch of assholes. Man, all these video game companies, except for Steam. Steam seems to be the only good old games. Good old games is the only good people left out there. Blah, 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 blah. Let's listen to the rest of this clip here.
NASA tells Fox 35 once NASA fully allocates and obligates funds for a contract period, those funds are considered legally committed. NASA can't just take them back. But the agency says...
So what went wrong? Tell us how far they got, what the holdup was, where the issues were. Maybe all this information's available. It's just not in this one news clip. And I didn't do enough research, but I want to know more about where our money went. These fucking scoundrels. Can I just have said, hey, I could do it, give me money, and then in about 6 months be like, oh, guess what? I can't do it, and then keep the money? What's the deal?
They will try and use any of the payloads that were developed over the last 4 years for that mission in future missions. Florida Tech Space professor Don Platt says NASA needs to be more hands-on with private companies to prevent this from happening in the future.
NASA has the ability to be more tightly involved with these projects and making sure from the beginning that solid engineering choices are being made and that real progress is happening.
Right now, NASA is racing to get back to the moon and using landers like these to survey the surface. Mission delays and setbacks like this are a growing concern, with China on our tail to step foot on the moon first.
Ooh, step move on the moon first. You mean the first time we've ever been there? Is that what you just try to imply? What's on the moon anyway? There's nothing fucking there, man. Some helium-3, but not enough to get anything started. Some moon rocks and shit. Like, I guess you could put some satellites up there, some telescopes, so you could look down ladies' shirts and shit as they're walking down the street. Those perverted Chinese.
keep some of this from happening in the future.
And NASA said they had to make this final call because this mission was being pushed to 2030 or 2031, and NASA is trying to ramp up moon missions and not slow down. Reporting in Brevard County, Esther Bauer, Fox.
Why are they trying to increase these moon missions? Why is 20... If they're like, oh, we'll have it done by 2030, that's like in like 4 years. Who cares? What's there? What's the point of going there anyway? Maybe there's more information somewhere. I'm just not seeing it. But some baloney, some bullglogmony. All right, let's open up the phone lines here. 917-719-592. No, I don't want to upgrade. I'm not upgrading my Google Voice. Fucking turn that off. All right, yeah, the phone lines are open. 917-719-5923. Give me a call, leave a voicemail, whatever you want to do. Let's talk.
Hey!
Going to start to...
Nick!
What is this?
Hi.
Not the story.
Are you not taking calls anymore? I'm just
I am.
curious before I write the fucking check.
What?
Shut the fuck up, Nick.
I didn't get a check from you this week. What's going on, doctor? That's fine. I love you. Looks like we have a phone call coming in. Hello, you're on the line with Nick the Rat. How you doing?
Nick the Rat!
That's me.
Yo!
What's going on?
Oh, bro, hold on. Let me get a bong pack. Can I smoke a bong on the air?
Fuck yeah, you could. Smoke one for me.
Hell yeah, brother. I'll do a double rip for you. How about that?
Yeah.
And how about a triple threat rip for all those in the sewer tuning in tonight?
Do a quadruple backflip bong hit.
off the rail. Old Nintendo, I tell you what, it's fucking like, you suck and you're the reason why. Fuck you, you ain't getting your money back.
No, they're not giving any of the money back. Goddamn Nintendo. Making the same damn game since 1984 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you know, that Legend of Zelda announcement, I was like, oh, cool. The third or second remake, technically, of Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, keep remaking the same stuff. Like, let's remaster it. Oh, yeehaw.
Remaster the remaster, and you'll get a new Star Fox, and it'll be a I was doing, someone did a breakdown of how many iterations of Star Fox there has been.
Oh, man.
And how many have been remakes of the same game.
There's been tons. They do every time there's a new system. It's like, oh wait, we got another system. Let's remake all the games before. It's like the fucking Beatles.
Hey,
the White Album.
Hey, you remember being a fox and doing barrel rolls?
Fuck yeah, I do.
What if you did it in Ultra HD?
Oh.
All right, Nick the Rat. This one is for you.
Rip it.
First one right here. Rip it. Oh yeah, that's the sound that goes, hell yeah, brother.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna be smoking a bunch this weekend, I think. This weekend I'm gonna have to get going on the token. We'll see what happens.
Yes. Here's the second one for myself.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh god, that's it. Come to Poppy. And then the third one for all the denizens of the sewer.
This one's for you guys. Open your mouth. Get ready to breathe in.
Oh my goodness. Love y'all. Hell yeah.
Caller. You're currently on another planet now.
Actually, I've only been smoking more and more weed and being more and more active. I feel pretty good, all things considered.
Smoke that weed, caller.
And it was like, oh shit, I just went through half an ounce in a week.
Yeah,
God
you can go through it fast, man. It's I was smoking like $200 worth a month every month. It's just like, oh, smoking $200, baby. Yeehaw!
Have you ever been a cigarette smoker, Nick the Rat?
Oh yeah, I used to in the back of the day. I used to love the
Yeah.
Camel Crush cigarettes, where you could either have a regular cigarette or you could crush the bead and then have menthol.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was fun.
I've never been a huge mint guy, so menthol was kind of like an arm's distance type deal. But I every time I had the crushes, I was curious. I would pull the beads out and pop them, and then end up with like menthol juice all over my hands. But whatever.
Then I went to I used to smoke cloves because I was like all gothy, and those are like little cigars, man. I was just smoking those.
You'll appreciate this. We hired on this new lighting tech at the shop, and he comes from a techno background, and this motherfucker shows up smoking cloves, and I was like, bro, is that a clove? He's like, yeah, it is. I was like, dude, I have not seen one of those in forever. That's amazing. I have yet to ask him for one. Because the last time I bought...
Super cancer, man.
I bought a pack going downtown back when I was in college and left downtown the same night without the pack because I finished it all. And just like, you want to talk about the feeling of someone curb stomping your chest. It was probably the roughest I've ever felt.
Yeah, man.
But they're, they got a time and a place, specialized tool for a specialized need.
Oh, I was just trying to kill myself faster. I was like, man, fuck this place. I gotta get out as quick as possible. And then I went on to Marlboro Lights and American Spirits, the Yellow Pack.
The spirits I could never get into. Like, I need to be able to chief a cigarette, and American Spirits, like, they're locking you in for at least 15 minutes. And it's just like, I don't know. I'd rather just smoke 2 cigarettes.
It's an experience. Yeah. Yeah, cigarettes were fun. Until you would wake up going like, oh God. They were hard to quit, those suckers. Took me like a year or two to quit those. Cause I'm just gonna, I'll smoke less, and then that never fucking works.
It's just getting to that position of wanting to quit. I can imagine is only monumental.
You have to really want it. You have to be like, I want to quit. I'm done. Bam, and just stop. If you're like, yeah, I'll slow down, then you're still a smoker. You're still gonna smoke.
Yeah, I'm still in the position of not slowing down, but I can see the end of the rails coming. It's going to be cresting over into nut up or shut up time about health and the like. But even just eating consistently has been a big step.
Oh man, that shit's hard too.
Tell me about it, man. Especially when the anxiety starts to settle in. It's like, even the concept of eating right now, I don't vibe with that. But coming to better understand that, like, despite what you're feeling, you just gotta get in there and chow down,
Every now and then, you gotta eat that cheeseburger.
I've been cooking a lot of eggs. I've been getting really good at making eggs.
Oh man, I do eggs all the time. I like to mix up like 3 or 4 eggs, and then you put it in the buttery pan, and you start pushing it around with the spatula in a circle until it builds up on itself, and then you flip it, and then you're good. That's it. It's nice and fluffy.
There's 2 different ways. I do like a creamy, cheesy scrambled egg, and my dad taught me to put milk in there, but I ran out of milk one day last year and started using butter, and it sticks way less. It's much more smooth to the pan, and you just continuously stir the eggs like you were saying, but then you throw in 1 slice of cheese per egg, and if it's 2 eggs per person, you got 2 people, that's 4 eggs, 4 slices of cheese, and it ends up being like almost like a saucy, fluffy scrambled eggs with fully incorporated cheese.
I gotta start throwing some cheese in there.
And then the other thing that I just tried was omelets. let the eggs sit out, get to room temperature, and then fork the fuck out of them, introduce all that air in there, like really whip them up, and then cook them as slow as you can, and you get like almost like a hot pockety texture. You braise it with, or not braise, but you just coat it with butter on the last like minute or so. This is doing this final little cook down. Super tasty.
Because I'm pretty lazy. The whole omelet thing is just too much work. I was thinking about this earlier too. Like with cooking, a lot of things with cooking, you need sauces, and then you see these people making fucking sauces, and it's like, oh, you take a pinch of this, a pinch of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like I don't got all that shit. I can't be doing all this work. Just give me like one pre-made sauce to throw into this thing.
Well, okay, so tonight was a fun example. I've definitely been feeling down and out, and Frankie Paint and I opted to go for the easier route for dinner tonight, which is a Monte Cristo. And we just happened to have bread, eggs, syrup, cheese, and jelly. And jelly's kind of like a sauce, right? With syrup.
Yeah.
That's super tasty. You feel like it's sweet and savory.
I never thought about putting jelly on my eggs.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a French toast sandwich with ham and cheese and jelly and syrup.
I'll have to maybe I'll try this. Maybe I will try a Monte Cristo. Do you have to wear a dress when you make it?
Yeah, definitely. It's highly encouraged. I think you should always dress up. A suit and dress for every occasion.
At the same time.
There I was wearing a suit and dress at the same time.
Too many eggs. I like to also just boil eggs. I'm just get it quick and dirty, finish it quick, and just pop them in my mouth.
I struggle with that, boiling eggs correctly. Not as easy as you would think.
You boil it when the water boils, you turn it off. It's just, I guess it's hard to be there waiting for the water to boil, and then wait 15 minutes or so, and you're good.
Yeah, just like, undercooking it, overcooking them. It's a fine line. I never succeed all that well.
Well, you need practice. You need a timer and some practice. Get yourself a Casio.
I'm gonna boil every egg that I got tonight, and let me count here. There's 60 eggs in the fridge.
Nice. Yeah, I usually get like 3 cartons of 18. I get like a whole shitload too. So I fucking suck on them. Suck those eggs down.
There I was, shoving 60 eggs down my mouth.
I think you'll get the hang of it. After your 30th or 40th boiled egg, you'll be getting it. You'll be doing good. Soon you'll be able to hard boil it, poke a hole in it, put a pipe in it, and smoke that egg.
Hey, do you want to get high?
Sure.
Oh, shit. I think I might have to go crack a beer, and I was not going to do any Battle of the Douchebags prep tonight, but tuning in has rekindled that fire, and I'm going to go do it.
Battle of the Douchebags!
I'm locking in. Season 2 finale is coming up Sunday.
Wait, is this our seat sitter?
Yeah. That's Booberry.
This is Booberry?
It is Booberry.
Oh my god. Are you going to be with Lavish in the City soon or no?
No, I'd love to though. Oh, BTS takes NYC. I want to finally visit New York with like a strong foundation of friends and things to go do, because it's only ever been for work. and it's been like fly by the seat of your pants. The last time I was in New York was March 12th, 2020, the day right before the shutdowns, because we were traveling from Ottawa to Newark to fly back home after the cat store got shut down. And we stopped over in Newark. I was like, oh, I gotta get in there. That's the last time I've been.
It's still shitty. It's still shitty. New York shitty. It's overpriced.
I want to go back. I want to go to Trash and Vaudeville and go check out their denim jackets. They have nice stuff there. I like it.
They
It's
do.
in the Greenwich Village.
Greenwich Village is a totally different place than what it used to be, but it's I don't. Does that place even exist still? I don't know if it's still there.
Unsure. It's been a little while. Shit, I don't think I think they were shut down already when I went through there last.
Because most everything
in terms of like,
it's all like fucking Starbucks on that street now. It's like a totally different area. There's still a couple punks hanging out, but they're all like, yeah, man, I'm a total punk. Ha.
ISO.
It's yeah, but I think Lavish said he might be down here next week, and yeah, we're gonna go do some hookers.
Yes, please.
Get some...
Throw one in there for me, for my sake. I want to live vicariously through New York City hookers. Wait, are they New York City hookers or New York City sewer hookers?
I don't know where they come from. You know, where we find them. We're gonna pay them a lot of money, and we're gonna tell them we're gonna name them Blueberry. Like, listen, hooker, your name for tonight is Blueberry, and we're gonna take turns. Eiffel Tower that hoe.
At the same time.
Mm-hmm. Sewer hookers.
Sewer hookers.
Jewish hookers? No. I don't know. There might be some Jewish hookers down here. I don't know.
Shit.
Sewer Jewish hookers. Man. How are you feeling? Are you taking the loss of the great JCD okay?
I woke up and Hey Citizen had dropped the first piece of information into the bold chat this morning. I usually check Zero Note as part of my wake up routine, smoking cigarettes on the balcony, and I just started sobbing, man.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
It's yeah.
Cotton Gin posted in my chat. He's like, "Oh, they just changed the title of the IRC on No Agenda that John passed away." I was like, "What the?" So I learned about it through an IRC chat, which is pretty strange. I was like looking at all the news networks. I was like, "Why isn't this on TMZ? What the fuck's going on here?"
Because unlike TMZ, IRC is eternal.
I guess that's the proper way for that nerd.
Yeah, honestly, like, I don't think there would have been any better way. You know, Zero Note is
the troll room.
Home.
I was like, are they trolling me? Trolls. Oh man, gonna be rough.
But it's, you know, undeniable. Just
So behind the scheme started kicking back in?
Yeah, man, we ended up taking was it a year off? A little under a year BTS.
So you guys posted some new stuff. I was like, oh yeah.
We've been getting back into it. Both Lavish and I are just still kind of getting bitch slapped by schedules and life processes to tackle and handle, and summer season is when I get really busy, so it's just been a lot of work. But we were doing intermittent weeks, and then in the in-between, when we could schedule them in, we started doing like game nights, variety nights, movie nights, and have been recording them. We've actually been using your Viato tube puppets for this show. Yeah, it's just like it's our own little version of a movie night or let's play. This past Monday we got together and did Super Smash Brothers. It was BTS game time with. Yeah, I'll get back on
kick
the
your
computer.
ass and smash.
Oh, dude, Nick the Rat is in. He is in.
My
We're
man
gonna get
is
you in
Fox.
the
I use Fox
between.
actually. When you were talking about doing a barrel roll, I was like, getting a little sweaty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love Nintendo. They're so good, those guys.
I was a little frustrated because I was wanting to play locally with Frankie Paint, and we would challenge Lavish online, so 3 people total, but you can't create a fucking lobby with 2 people. It's single player only when you go to start a game with a friend online, which I thought was pretty bogus.
Yeah, Nintendo and online is retarded. It's they suck.
Yeah.
What movie you guys be watching? What was the last movie you guys watched?
I think we did some wacky public service announcements from World War II era. That was the last one. I don't think we've actually made it to a movie proper yet, but we're just going to find, we've got some public domain stuff written down that we can re-release, no problem. List it out.
Yeah. Like duck and cover, get under the table. If you hear a siren going off.
Yeah, stuff like that. I wish I could remember off the top of my head some of the ones that we did, but yeah, it's just been playing around with OBS, trying to get shows. It was kind of a dry spell, but then this past week ended up putting out 4 episodes, getting a concert planned for middle of October at our friend Jorbear's house, and making it an interactive stream that doesn't require the use of sending a boostergram to trigger stuff. Like, you can just go to the watch page and use one of your tickets generated by hopping onto the website and sticking around for 10 minutes and just trigger a camera angle with a lighting effect. And
man, I'm so pissed about the Lightning Network. Like, I can't cash them out in New York.
Oh,
I had to like convert it to another thing. It was very stressful, and so I just stopped taking them. I was like, I'm turning this off.
Yeah, I just through moving and taking a step back, I let my node depreciate to the point of it inevitably just kind of shat the bucket. So I've been sans boosting for, I guess it's like officially gone on for about 2 months now. I'm not read up in Italy on what was going on legislation wise for New York. But you were on Albi, right? Or was it Fountain
but then they started to charge for their wallet, so then I was like, all right, I got to cash out of this because I got like, I think it was like $400 in there or something, but I wasn't about to spend like $10 a month for the wallet. I don't know. Is there free wallets anywhere, or?
Your best bet would to be getting hardware in the form of a laptop that you can just leave on, or a small form PC. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, and just run your own Node software on there.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. Frankie Paint pointed out that Spencer and Lorian have a video tutorial that you can follow along with, and then it's on your machine. It's a piece of hardware that runs at your place. And
are they naked when they're doing the tutorial?
No, I believe they're clothed, but they do have a really nice shot of Kansas City in the background.
Oh, well,
but in a nutshell, anything that you'd be using the custodial wallets like Albi, Fountain, etc., you could cover that with your own node. Now, one thing to keep in mind is you will need to have sats on the node initially to open up channels, that's where the learning process really begins to take off, because you're opening all these Bitcoin, or these open transactions on the blockchain that allow you to send sats and receive sats at minimal fees. So there is a learning curve to it, but
Spencer's a nerd, man. He's really smart, that dude.
Yeah. Well, and all of it is just a question away in terms of, hey, what's next? What's going on here? What the fuck is this? Where am I? Where did my clothes go?
That's cool stuff, man.
But if it's something that does kind of pique your ears, work. Once we get to a nice breather, we're going to redeploy both my node and Frankie Payne's node. We're going to get set up with a ring of fire, which is just a sequential opening of channels in a roundabout fashion between 4 to 5 people. And then that way you've got an inbound and an outbound channel, so you can both send and receive, and you've created this like interlocking circle that makes you more connected to the network.
Sounds hot.
Yeah, dude. I fell into a burning ring of fire.
Make me all moist over here.
I went down, down, down in those flames.
And higher.
So oh, shit. I love you, Nick the Rat.
I love you too, Blueberry.
I'm going. Hell yeah, brother. I'll get at you with some game times. We'll figure out some shit.
Yeah, man. I want to kick your ass and some smash. I want to smash you like my brother. I want
to. Lucky for you, I want to get smashed by you.
Well, you have a lovely night, and I'll talk to you soon.
Be well.
All right, have a good night, man. All right, looks like we have somebody else on the line. Let's see who it is. East of the Rockies. Hello, caller. You're on Nick the Rat Radio.
Nick the Rat Radio?
Holy crap. Is this Trey? I mean, AI? I mean...
No.
I don't know who this is.
It's definitely not a gay guy.
Is this a... Come on!
Who could be happy today?
I don't
know.
No
one.
Nobody's happy today, man. I had a fucking rough day.
Yeah, the sun got a little less bright.
Dimmed. It got very dimmed out there.
Yeah. Yes, sir. There's a lot of room to fill now.
Yeah.
There's a void in my heart.
It's a giant hole. Man, I listen to that dude 8 hours a week for 20 years straight.
Yeah. I don't think I know how many hours I've listened to them. John in particular, because lots of times I'll listen to the No Agenda like 2 or 3 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I just have it on in the background while I'm doing stuff. And I was, for about, 5 or 7 years, I was on, I don't care what anybody else has to say, radio. So I would just replay the podcast or put on the stream, and then it's like, even if you're not trying to replay the podcast gets replayed on the stream.
No, whenever I listen to the No Agenda show, I like had to hang on every word, so I knew what was going on in the world. So I would only listen when I could actually pay attention to it. But after I heard it,
I pay attention, but I like I'll be thinking in between and like I like rehearing the clips. You know. Well, I am doing stuff while I'm listening usually, all the time. But hey, I just wanted to call in and say I'm sorry you lost your buddy. He was, you know, he was a guiding light for a lot of people, myself included. Always made me chuckle. And, I just wanted to know if you had any cool songs to play.
I got a couple of cool songs. I'm gonna actually play less songs this. I might start making this show shorter. Not really. See how it goes, but I'm gonna, because I used to do like 9 songs every episode. I'm gonna maybe cut it down to like 7.
Is it because of AI?
A little bit. There's a lot of AI junk out there. Also, it's just I would try to break the show up into segments, and I'd rather have longer segments or something. I don't know. I'm trying a new formula. So,
You're too lazy to search the songs.
Well, that too. It fucking, you know how much shit I go through every week trying to find music?
It's tough, man, especially with all the AI garbage.
It's out there in droves.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
AI.
I'm sad today, though, man. Like, sadder than I've been in a long time.
Yeah. This one hit me probably harder than any other one. Like when Art Bell went, I was like, it hurt, but not like this. This is because he was like my dude. He was my buddy.
Yeah.
And he like knew me too, and like I met him in person a few times, and
yeah. He thought very highly of you, Nick. He mentioned you often.
One time I was really drunk and I told him I loved him. I was like, John, I love you. And then I ran away.
Oh, you should have tried to kiss him.
Ugh. He's a big dude. I wouldn't be able to reach.
I would have whooped your ass.
Yeah, he would have kicked the shit out of me. He was a lot taller than I thought he would be.
Oh, yeah, he's a big guy. Big guy. Everybody looks small on TV.
Yeah, I was there with Sir Tunnel Rat at the steakhouse when I told him I loved him. Met a whole bunch of people that night. I missed there was, what's his name? The I wanted to meet Rod Adams. Rod Adams was there that night, but I missed him. I don't know if you ever heard of Rod Adams.
That's a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah. He was a cool
When
dude.
was that? Like 2012?
I think 14 or 16. Atomic Rod. Wanted to talk to him about nukes and shit. But he was gone.
Yeah, I do remember him. I found No Agenda by accident.
Really?
Well, I had a Zune, so I was in the early cord cutter, and somebody gave me a video Zune, and I had it hooked into, like, that was, in effect, my media server, 128 gig video Zune.
Nice.
And I had podcasts on there to listen to, and the Noah Agenda Show album art would change all the time. But this was in the era of a lot of people drawing Curry and Dvorak faces. And then, it was just, I was sitting in I had like a studio, and the video Zune would go to my TV, right? So, and the sleep screen or whatever on it would show what podcasts were available. And like, their heads were floating on there, and it was actually Adam. I was like, "Yeah, I know that guy from work." And I was like, "I want to listen to it," and then I started listening to him. But that had to be in the very beginning, man. That had to be like 2008, 2007, or 2009.
Yeah,
that was pretty early.
That's very early in there. I forget when I started doing the album art for them because I was a little bit post their heads. But I remember when I started doing the art for them, I was like every goddamn episode, I would spend the whole time doing like 2 or 3 arts. And one good thing, I guess, from all of this, no, it's not good, but I will, Darren O will never be able to beat me now in most chosen art, unless, you know, Curry keeps doing the show, which I'm sure.
Curry has no taste in art. We all know that. John was he had the true taste in art.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
You'd always pick
Actually, John sent me an email one time asking me for, he saw one of my pictures on No Agenda Social. He sent me a note going, I want one of those.
Oh.
Yeah. He was like, I would love one of those. I had one printed up on canvas and sent it to him. He sent me back and goes, you didn't sign it. It's worthless if you didn't sign it. I said, well, when he showed me his office where it was hanging, I'd sign it. I'd come out there and sign it. He said that would never happen.
Yeah, we'll never get to see that guy's office, man. Is there gonna be like what is that called? An estate sale?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna reach out to Mimi though and see what she's doing.
Make a museum. Charge people to come see his office.
That would be cool.
Come on, walking
through
and see
everything. Worth some coin out there. It's a nice area where he was in the mud flats.
A house on the hill.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But look, I know a lot of people, want to talk to you, Nick. You're such a sweet dude. You're doing all right though. I was worried you're going to be all broke up.
I was at the start. I might start crying again at some point.
I know it's tough, man. It's a tough one. It's you that lost. You know what I mean? So.
So out of blue, he sounded like he was doing great. He wasn't leaking fluids anymore.
Those Zipper Club friends go fast. As you get older, you'll see like people with the zipper tend to check out.
Yeah.
You're just getting to that age. I'm to the age now where everybody checks out. You got people checking out every week. So
I'm getting old there, Trey. I'm gonna get a walker soon. Walker Texas Ranger.
We're all getting old.
Yeah, my microphone died the other day. I think his ghost came and stole that shit and took it up to heaven.
I'm already looking at buying you one instead of that.
No, this one doesn't sound so bad. It sounds pretty good.
Sounds good, actually.
Doesn't sound bad at all.
Yeah, it does. It sound good. He did sound perfect on Sunday, Ecrypt.
He sounded good. He sounded cheerful and chipper and happy. I can't.
The only thing is, I think he was worried about his health or his longevity, just because he got so much nicer after he got out of the hospital.
That's
he
true.
was so sweet. Even to that dunce Adam. Just kidding, Adam. We love you. But no, he was so sweet. He took on, after all that trauma, he took on a measure of sweetness, which was nice because a lot of people get real bitter after big bouts with their humanity,
Yeah.
Just another exemplary trait from John C. Dvorak, You go through it and you come out sweet.
I thought we were gonna have do you know who Jerry Parnell is? I'm sure you do.
Maybe. I
He
don't
was
know.
he was a sci-fi writer, and he used to do a lot of
yeah.
podcasts and stuff. And
Yeah, I do know who he is, yeah.
he died, but he got real old. Like, so I thought we were gonna have John for like another 10 years. I thought you'd be all crotchety like this, and then finally he would kick the can. But he was still young and chipper. He was 80 years old. He made it to 80. I thought he was gonna hit 90.
Yeah, man. It's yeah. He up until the end he was performing, and I mean, in my life that guy gave me so much advice that was good for me. I can't even tell you.
I wish I'd talked to him more. That one time I interviewed him, I could have probably had him on the line longer, but I was like, I didn't really have any more questions. I should have just kept talking. I should have got more out of him.
Yeah, well, woulda, coulda, shoulda, right?
Yeah, I know. Dude, life's short.
Yeah.
Do what you can when you can.
Yeah, give it while you can. Listen, man, I love you. I love all the sewer filth, you scumbags. Thanks for showing up. And God rest JCD's soul, and may he never die and always live in our hearts.
He will. He will. Forever and ever. All right. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, later, brother.
Cheers. All right. Is there gonna be a John C. Dvorak funeral meetup? Is there gonna be a? That'd be kind of cool, but also maybe not too appropriate. Like 500 people show up to his funeral. I don't know. Looks like we got another caller on the line. Hello, east of the Rockies. I don't know where you are. Hello, caller.
Long time no talk.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you doing, man?
A little exhausted here, so I'm going to be, my energy's going to get way low. But first question is, how did he die? How did John pass away?
Well, he did have a double bypass, and then he passed away on the 20th, and we don't really know what happened.
Okay.
But
so
he was 80. He was
80.
80. I saw you said 74. He was actually 80.
His 64th birthday was 2016.
He was lying about it. We'll find out more about his age tomorrow. But apparently he was playing a trick on somebody, and it got pushed through, and he was actually 80.
Really? Because I see both online, and I can't tell. Because I go by 2016. He told us on No Agenda that he was coming to New York City at Sparks Steakhouse for his 64th birthday. So he
was a big old flapper. He was lying. He was trolling us.
Oh, okay.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Well, that was a good time. You were there too, right?
Yeah, I was at that meetup. That was
cool.
I got drunk.
We didn't
off
meet
my
at that
ass.
moment.
We might have. I think we might have.
I may have seen you, but yeah, I had quite a few glasses of wine, and I was off to the side. And I remember that guy saying that, yeah, I'll do I'll take the information, I'll do the meetups, this and that. And he fucking ghosted. Like, I never heard that. I gave him I got his email address. And I was trying to communicate with him, and there was nothing after that meeting. Oh. That guy fucking disappeared. He probably came to his senses the next morning.
Oh man, that was a good meetup.
But yes, it was a very good meetup. The other question is, the other thing is I haven't listened to the show since I was knighted. I was knighted. Show 1777. I asked to be knighted 1776, but that didn't happen. And that was 2025, June 29th, something like that. So that's the last time I actually listened to the show. So I haven't really been paying attention.
It's been what it's been. I listened to every episode. It all blurs together to me. I don't know what day it is anymore. But yeah, he was gone for one episode, and we've all found out he had a double bypass, and we were all nervous. He had leaky lungs and shit, and they were pumping juices out of him, and people were trying to auction it off and trying to buy it from him. And then he sounded like he was doing better, and then just poof.
I'm going to correct myself. I did listen to like 4 or 5 episodes in like February, March. When did he have the heart surgery? Because that's when I started listening, like just by chance, because my wife and I went down to Jersey, to Atlantic City, and she's like, why don't you put on a podcast for a 3-hour drive? I'm like, I don't want to listen to anything right now. So we put on No Agenda, I think there and back. And we were listening to a few, we were trying to catch up, and that was like the surge for those 3.5, 4-hour trips. That was like March, right?
I was around there. Seen he had surgery on March 3rd. I'm seeing in the chat.
Yeah, so we heard a few episodes before, and we heard a few episodes of him coming back.
Yeah, he sounded like shit when he first came back. He was like,
yeah. I do remember that. Yeah. So I've been trying to catch up with your show. I meant to do it last week, but I was in Minneapolis.
Really?
Yeah, I was. So Minneapolis, first time. We drove there. Me, my wife, my youngest son. I have 3 sons.
Fuck.
My youngest son is 17. He's still in high school.
How long does it take to drive there?
It fucking took, well, we did it in 2 stints. My wife knew ahead of time that we were not going to make it in one drive.
Oh, hell no.
So she booked us a hotel in Indiana, not Illinois. Yeah, it was Indiana. And it took us 9.5, 10 hours to get there, and then another 9.5 to get to Minneapolis after that. So it was like 10.5. But that's stopping for gas, stopping for peeing and stuff like that.
Stretching.
But probably it was like 1,300 miles. But yeah, it took. And then on the way back, oh, great story. My wife got food poisoning.
Oh.
At one of the restaurants so she ate something that me and my son did not eat. So coming back, we went there on like a Thursday morning, got there for Friday, Saturday. Thursday night, 6:40 p.m. we left Minneapolis. I drove 10 hours almost straight because we couldn't take turns. We were taking 2.5, 3-hour turns, and she was not feeling well.
No.
It wasn't until the next day that she was feeling well. But you ever drive at night after 10 hours? Not only was it night, no lights on the highways, but we had the fires from Canada.
Oh my God. You must have felt like you were in a weird dream.
Exactly. So I was like, is that giant black thing actually in the road? No, it's not. I drove through it. Okay. Is that next black thing in the road actually there? No, I just drove through that too. So I was like, okay, we got to stop off somewhere. So yeah, I was starting to hallucinate. I was like, okay. And I was saying, like, I'm driving. And once you get past like middle of Pennsylvania, the speed limit is no longer. What's the speed limit on the highways around in where you are in Brooklyn? Like 50. They're like 50 here. So you get a little out of state, they're 55. Then it becomes 60, 65. The fucking speed limit past middle of Pennsylvania is 70.
Wow.
Everyone's doing 75 to 90.
Like the Autobahn.
Even at night, I'm like, holy fuck. Even the tractor trailers, they're doing at least 70 in the middle of the night. And I was like, okay, we're like fucking instantly dead if I misjudge this shadow monster. So I was like, okay, we got to stop off somewhere.
Yeah, that's scary as shit.
So that was fucking wild. And then next week we're going to the Bahamas.
Nice. You're going all over the damn place.
Yeah. So I'm out of work at the moment, and I've chosen to be out of work because, as I said last year, I got that meniscus injury. I went back to work early this year. I fucking union carpenter, New York City. I prefer to do drywall, 7-hour days, 8-hour days, typical blah blah blah. I forgot I was on our out of work list for woodwork skill. I was like, fuck, I got called for a woodwork. I can give it up and go to the end of the list or take it. So I went back and I worked for a company I had worked for before, and the boss was very appreciative that I was a steward for them. He was like, I was very thankful that you were the steward because I've had problems with those stewards. I had to actually write letters to actually get them removed. So he was like really, so that was pretty cool, but that was sort of the end of the job. The job was only 2 weeks long, but the reason I don't like woodwork jobs is because they come at the end of everything and time gets compressed. Because the drywall, the electrical, everything took forever, and now you have less time than expected. We don't do 7-8 hour days. We do 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-hour days for 2 weeks. And I fucking broke my right knee meniscus again. I tore it. I know I did it in that first 2 weeks. A week later, I go out to another job, another woodwork job. 8-hour days, 11-hour days, 8-hour days, 11-hour days, 11-hour days, 13-hour days, 14-hour days. I knew I fucking ripped it again. I think I'm fucking done being a union carpenter. I do have enough years in to retire, but which brings me to my question. I need a web page programmer. Do you happen to know web page programming?
You can do anything with AI these days.
Oh, no. Speaking of which, I can't get back on the Nick the Rat chat page at the moment.
Oh, really?
I don't know what I did. Yeah, I probably have to clear my cookies or something. I'll try that.
Maybe.
If I can't get it to work, I'll come back to you.
Oh, let me check that out.
I'm putting this out there online to the Nick the Rat show. This is the first time I'm saying this, is that my retirement strategy is I need a webpage program.
Well, let me know what you need. I made nicktherat.com. Let's see, sewer chat. Does this work? Connect. It is failing. Wait, no, it's going through. I'm in. It works.
No, it's got to be on my end. I'm pretty sure because I see all these other people on it. It's got to be on my end. I have to put.
Yeah, I could help you out if you need something.
So we'll talk, but I'm putting that on it. I'm putting that out on the sewer chat. If anybody else has a webpage program, please contact Sewer Rat, because my retirement strategy is to. Well, I'm going to continue doing woodworking. You know, what are those things called? So there's a guy that used to sell these things on an overpass here in the Bronx. I forget what they're called. The birds that have the two propellers on the sides, I forget what they're called. But so the retirement strategy is making wine racks and tiny, small woodworking things. But what I really want to do, there's a website called Hero Forge, where you can create your plastic miniature on the website.
Yeah, making a little avatar.
You can upload a file.
I bought one of
Say
those.
again?
I've gotten one of those before.
Really?
Yeah.
So I not only want to do that for anything you want to upload, I'll print it out. I also want to get a resin printer, but I also want to get a metal printer. That's something I got to work up to, because a decent one I read is like $250,000.
Yeah.
So that's not happening right away. But I want to make things in metal eventually, because the whole idea started with, as a woodworker, 20 plus years ago, I had to look for a matching cabinet door handle. I spent hours, weeks trying to find these handles. I could not find a exact matching handle. So what I want to do is take anything you got, I'll 3D scan it, and I want to print it in metal. So
those things are expensive.
Yes, they are. But that's not going to happen right away. So I'm going to start with other things, such as very simple woodworking things, but also things you can print in plastic and resin. I'm learning about resin printers. They're super fucking slow and a little expensive, but
you need good
I gotta learn
ventilation
more
too.
about it.
You need good ventilation for the resin printers. I thought you were gonna say you wanted to make like wooden avatar, like the wooden figurines. You were gonna like, I could carve you a whole set of little wooden warriors and shit. That would be kind of cool, actually.
I'll do that too, because I do want to get CNC machines, but I also 3D plastic printers, but I want to get into metal printing eventually. That's the ultimate goal, metal printing. And I won't mention anything about lowers, if anybody knows about that. Nothing to say here. So, if anybody knows about lowers.
I don't know about them, so
Look up the word lowers versus uppers.
I know
that's much
about
later.
downers.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Corey fingers. Yeah, kind of like that stuff. That's what I want. I want to be able to 3D scan something because the woodworking that I was doing is I only did custom woodwork, where custom shape, custom size, custom finish. I matched cabinets that they already had. I was able to match cabinets. I wasn't able to match the handles. I got something. They were seahorse handles that faced out. I got seahorse handles that faced left and right. So he was okay with that, but it took me days, weeks to figure out that I couldn't find it. So I want to be able to take anything that anybody has and recreate it. So the point that getting back to the webpage programmer. So if you've ever gone to the website Hero Forge and a couple other things, I want to be able to make anything out of wood, plastic, metal, clay, and possibly glass.
Do you have the 3D models like presets or anything, or you know what I mean?
When I retire, I will have some stuff, but part of my business model is upload it to me. If you have a 3D model, I'll print it out for you. I'll print out, 100 copies. You need handles, you need whatever, figurines, anything.
So custom model file. You need a web page that has a custom model file uploading.
Exactly.
Thing.
So and it's got to be anything like figurines. Plaster is the other thing. So there's another thing called Hirsch Arts, if I remember correctly. He makes plaster floors, walls, tables, chairs for like role-playing games or anything. So model trains as well. So if you want buildings, tables, chairs, so anything you can upload, I'll print out for you, is the ultimate goal. So, but I don't know how to program a web page that well enough or at all to affect that. So I'm putting out there tonight.
I might be able to help you out with something there. But
I hope so. That'd be really cool.
I'll show you some stuff. Because I have an idea what you're talking about. The only thing is, like, do you want like custom sliders on the web page? Because like I know the HeroCraft, it's like you could select the heads and the bodies and the accessories.
Yeah.
I could. I'll have a chat with Claude and see what we could come up with.
Yeah. You got a lot of things to work with that stuff. You got your cat days to work for me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we get something going. Get you started somewhere. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man.
If not you and I, us. So
somebody else, yeah. Get in touch with Tunnel Rat. Tunnel Rat's in the chat room here. If you want to give out your email address, you could do that too.
That's my retirement strategy. So very good talking to you, Nick. I hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, I hope to see you too, man. I missed you. I was wondering if you were all good. It's happy to see you're doing well.
Very good, except for the fucking knee.
The meniscus.
Even though I'm still doing hard work in my house. I'm fucking breaking rocks in my basement and doing pavers in the backyard.
You gotta 3D print yourself a meniscus there, man. That's a fucking retirement strategy. Biomedical printing. There you go. Fucking.
Oh, snap. I'm going to keep that in mind.
All right.
Thank you
man.
very much, Nick. Talk to you soon. Good night.
Ah, boy, oh boy. The fun doesn't end when you have a 3D printer. Let's listen to another song here. We got Nox Solis, Twilight Underground. We'll be back in a minute or two. I gotta go take a leak. hello, hi. Where's the button here? Let's do a quick donation segment here. I don't know if anybody sent me anything, nor do I care this week. I just want my John back. You can go to nicktherat.com, click on donate. There's different ways to donate there. There's a P.O. box. The P.O. box was empty this week. Very sad that the P.O. box was empty, but that's fine. It looks like we do have two donations. We'll go two doo-doos. We got two doo-doos in the doo-doo box. I read donation amounts, I read initials, and I read notes with them. First donation of the night came from TK with a 420. Thank you so much for the 420 from TK. So much. Thanks for that. Thank you, TK, for the 4-2 Izzies. We also have KR. KR came in hot with 420 as well. TK and KR, you guys have saved the show. Thank you both so much for your donations. This is a value for value show. I don't charge anybody to listen to anything I do. Everything I put out is free. You could resell what I do. Fuck. You could say you're Nick the Rat. Just make sure you give him my P.O. box. There's also... I'm still not completely better. Maybe I'll do one more night of NyQuil just so I could help me sleep tonight. If you have an Amazon Prime account, go to twitch.tv/NickTheRat and you too could subscribe to my show for free. And you could give me some money from Jeff Bezos personally. Personal Jeff Bezos bucks. It looks like, wow, we got a bunch of stuff going on here. 2 hours ago, 21 days ago. Okay, here we go. ZR2 Bison gave me a follow 2 hours ago. NetNed resub for 70 months at tier 1. They've been sub for 70 months. Thank you so much, NetNed, if you're still in here. Thank you. Dr. Sir McCrotch resubbed with their prime. They've been sub for 32 months. 32 months is getting close to a real one. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your courage. Oh, you guys want to see the state of my saggy handbags? Look at this. Look at that. It's starting to get to the point where I should just rip it off, huh? Got that 2nd-degree burn work going there. And tasty skin right there, everybody. Yummy. Yummy. Let's see what else we got here. We got a hype train going. I don't know what that's all about. What did I do? I grabbed I was cooking a tuna steak in a, whatchamacallit, on a cast iron pan. And I was making macaroni and cheese next to that cast iron pan. And the handle for the mac and cheese was going above the cast iron pan. So the heat from the cast iron went into the handle of the mac and cheese. And I grabbed that sucker and I said, ow. Then I bought some silver shit, and yeah, so that's a nice little 2nd-degree burn. I think there's also a little bit of burn on this finger too somewhere. I don't know. Either way. Apparently this bracelet that I'm wearing, a lot of Brazilians wear it. Somebody came up to me and pointed at my hand and said, Brazil? I was like, I wish. I have a nice booty. I ain't got that kind of booty. Let's see here. We got a Moo-chan69. Gave out 5 community subs. Hey Moo-chan, thank you so much. I didn't see that till now. I only look at this area during the donation segment, so I just saw it right now. Thank you so much for that. Radix, well, I told you what happened. I bought that cream that JCD was talking about. I love you, Moo-chan. And I put it on me, and then the doctor that I went to go see she was looking at me like, what is wrong with you? Putting menthol on a burn? I was like, it feels good actually. And she's doing whatever. Got a hype train going. I didn't know there's a hype train. Then we got Trey from Philly, resub for 49 months at tier 1. They've been sub for 55 months 2 hours ago. 55 months and counting. Thank you so much. Dr. Sir McCrotch reached 3 streak stream 1 hour ago. I have a Voodoo 3. Multiple. But it's an AGP, not PCIe. Yeah, I had a Voodoo 2. I remember doctors do they want you to fucking suffer. I had a Voodoo 2 when Quake 2 first came out, and I was like, what is resolution mean? So, I was just getting into computers and really I did play Quake 1 before that, but Quake 1 the settings were so low you didn't really need a graphics card. But when Quake 2 came and you could pump those graphics up, I saw the beauty. I was like, whoa, look at that. Was it 600 by 800? But I'm only getting the screen won't move. And I was like, I gotta buy a Voodoo 2. Shit was wild. It was great stuff. Dark Vam resub with Prime. They've been sub for 45 months. That happened 3 minutes ago. Thank you so much, Dark Vam. Thank you everybody for all the donations. You guys rock. And that's all the donations of the week. If you'd like to donate, go to nicktherat.com for more information. Oi. Okay, let's see what else we have here. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. The shittening continues, everybody. The shittening. Let's talk more about the shittening. What do we got here? We got... Bam. Let's check this out. Cyclosporiasis.
We have an important update this morning in the nationwide cyclosporiasis outbreak. The FDA now says a lettuce sample from Taylor Farms that initially tested positive for the parasite was actually a false positive.
Ooh, I'm sure Taylor Farms could sue now. Man, one time I got Taylor Farms, I had a mixed salad bag, and there was a little piece of metal in that shit. I know it came from their fucking salad bag. It was like a little... And I bit, and I felt it on my tooth. Like, and I was like, Taylor Farms, and they wanted me to send the piece to them, and nothing came from it because I wasn't gonna lawyer up on it. But I forget what actually happened. Their lawyer sent me something, but either way, after that, I never had Taylor Farms again. I'm sure their salad, they were giving people the shits. I'm sure they were. I do have a very interesting theory I heard about the shittening too. But let's finish watching this, see what they say about Taylor Farms.
The agency says after re-reviewing the test results, it found there are currently no confirmed positive product samples for cyclospora. It has also issued an apology to Taylor Farms. But despite that, the company's voluntary recall of iceberg lettuce from central Mexico remains in effect as the investigation continues. Nearly 7,000 cases of cyclosporiasis have been confirmed or under investigation nationwide since May.
Yeah, that including cases linked to Taco Bell locations here in Ohio and other states.
Taco Bell. Everybody, Taco Bell. Oh, I don't think this is the news clip.
Meantime, Walmart is pulling some market-side bagged salads, saying they're working with their suppliers as the investigation continues. Taco Bell says they worked swiftly to voluntarily remove the Taylor Farms lettuce from restaurants and its supply chain nationwide.
So, was it Taylor Farms? So Taco Bell says they get their lettuce from Taylor Farms. Like, everybody's in bed together. Who, what, where, why? Why can't they figure out where all the shittening's coming from? Why are they having such a difficult time figuring this out? If 6,000 people got it, where did go to the area that some of them got sick? Hey, did you go to Taco Bell? Yeah. How about you? Yeah. Go to that Taco Bell, get some of that fucking lettuce and test it. And then there you go, bing bang oh boom ba doo boom. What am I a genius or am I retarded? Probably both.
Ohio Department of Health this weekend reported close to 300 cases of confirmed cyclospora in Cuyahoga County, with many suspected more.
But if you've been experiencing some stomach issues during this outbreak, Cleveland Clinic says don't ignore the symptoms. Doctors say diarrhea, stomach cramps, nausea, bloating, fatigue, or even a loss of appetite after eating fresh produce could be signs of the parasite. The clinic recommends starting with a virtual visit. You should also contact your primary care provider or visit an express care or urgent care location. This comes as the clinic also announced it has expanded cyclospora testing, with the results now available within 24 to 48 hours.
But what do you do if you have it? Do you just keep shitting until you don't have it? Do you just that's what like most of these times you get sick and you go to the doctor, it's like I think I just had the flu. If I went to the doctor, what are they going to say? You took your you got a fever. You're going to want to lay down and rest it up. There's not really any medicine for anything. Oh, you broke your arm? Let me strap it up for you and then lay down. It's these doctors, man, they don't gotta do much work. I'm kind of joking, but I'm also not. Like, get with it, guys. All right, and don't go yet. I still got something that might blow your mind. Not Taco Bell, but this is a fun report, if it works.
New questions this morning about the source of a parasitic illness that has sickened thousands of people. Officials are still trying to pinpoint the root of cyclospora after tests from Taylor Farms turned out to be a false positive.
Well, who fucked that up, man? Where they did that PCR test on the lettuce or something?
Despite that, the FDA says signs still point to the supplier. So if you're confused, you're not alone. CBS News correspondent Carter Evans breaks down what you need to know.
The FDA on Monday doubled down on its identification of Taylor Farms as the source of the cyclosporiasis outbreak, saying its traceback investigation continues to converge on shredded iceberg lettuce from Taylor Farms locations in central Mexico.
Can you give me an idea what might be going on at that farm right now?
You have to test the water supply, make sure it is up to standard.
Test the water supply. Keep that in mind now, the water supply.
And if it's not, you got to shut it down.
Peter Pitts is a former associate commissioner of the FDA.
And do those farms in Mexico have the same standards of cleanliness that we do here in the U.S.?
It depends where they're selling their products to. If they're selling their products to the U.S., they absolutely have to abide by FDA standards. Do they always do that is the question.
Food safety experts.
Well, actually, Radix, you mentioned robot labor. This video, if you're watching the video, all you see are robots fucking doing shit here. Imagine if there were people with these jobs.
The contamination could
Look
have
at this
happened
factory.
weeks ago on a prior crop.
This is
It may be the case. We will never find out
two people
definitively where
working
the
there.
source was from.
Timothy Litton wrote a book on food safety and says he believes the investigation is moving in the right direction.
Would you buy lettuce tonight?
Yes, but I go in knowing the fact that we live in a complex
But I would eat it wearing a condom.
food system, and there is no such thing as zero risk when you eat fresh produce.
In an effort to reduce spending, the federal government has made cuts to public health programs like FoodNet, a pathogen surveillance system. But health officials say it has not impacted this investigation.
These cuts have basically hindered what we need to be doing more of, to move the ball on what we need to do to sanitize the produce, and also to build out new techniques for tracing and investigation and outbreak surveillance. This is a problem that is bigger than any one administration.
All right, Carter Evans reporting. Thank you, Carter. Appreciate it. And all the confusion, Kelly, over the outbreak is having its own economic ripple effect. So Taco Bell is now reporting a drop in foot traffic. Some salad bowl chains are sending out emails to reassure their customers their lettuce is safe.
Is there a stock for Taco Bell? Taco Bell stock? What's the Taco Bell stock looking like? It's like not even going down over the past 5 days. Down 3% over the past week. That's kind of a bad hit. Whoa, okay. Goes up and down over a year. It's not really moving that much. It's the analysts are saying buy, but they always say buy.
My lunch is usually a sweet green. Haven't been to sweet green in like a month. And I don't know. I'm still, they can't, the problem is.
Who calls it sweet greens? Oh shit, it's midnight in the sewer. Thank you, Ducky. Midnight in the sewer. Eat your sweet greens. Sweet greens. It's always been a sweet green. This man is sweet. He's a sweet man. I don't know what the fuck a sweet green is. You get lettuce, some spinach. I don't call them sweet greens.
Is that it feels like because of the layoffs and the firings at, CDC and FDA and all these places.
This guy's blaming Trump right here. He's like, the CDC and all that shit. That's how we're getting the shittening going on.
Because of the HHS secretary and, his rationale on what matters and what doesn't. Like,
RFK.
I don't know who to trust.
Yeah, I mean, look, in these recalls, it is often difficult to get to sort of the root cause anyway, because, you think about it, our food supply chain is very complex, right? And so people are like, whoa, it was Taco Bell. Wait, where did Taco Bell get, and it sort of goes back and forth. I do think from an economic impact, you are seeing people avoid Taco Bell. You are seeing people avoid buying produce. I mean, I'm definitely using this as an opportunity to justify my consumption of carbs.
Ooh, she's so funny. Listen to what this guy says after this, and then I'll stop this madness, and I'll tell you the possible secret sauce that nobody's heard before.
But I was actually looking at, there was a 2018 romaine lettuce issue. It was an E. coli outbreak.
Yep.
And it caused significant economic damage, anywhere from, I think the estimate from the UC Davis was 280 million to 350 million. So it's quite significant. You think about, there's going to be food that is not damaged that goes to waste. There's going to be brand risk. Taylor Farms, that name has been thrown out. It was a false positive, but people now are probably going to go to the store and say,
looking for it.
You know what? I'm just not going to risk it. And once that is out there, it's hard to come back from.
It's interesting to me that Taco Bell is seeing a drop in foot traffic because on social media, which is not the real world, I get it, but
Social media is not the real world. It's all bots. Here, this part's pretty funny. I think Taco Bell should sue this guy right here.
I've seen a lot of love and support for Taco Bell. People are saying, like, look, I ate you even before this gave me... Taco Bell is infamous for, Taco Hell, right? And people love it, but it's so delicious. I love Taco Bell. And
you see how he had to say, I love it after that. He was like, after you eat Taco Bell, you get Taco Hell. They should sue him for that. I think Taco Bell should sue this man on CBS News Morning, 24 hours. Why don't they? What about all the data centers and all the water that they're contaminating? Can you think there might be a link in that? Is cyclosporasis? Let's do a quick search to see if there's any way that these could be. Is there any way a data center's contaminated water could cause an outbreak? Let's see what AI says. Not saying this doesn't pose a realistic risk. No, contaminated water in data centers is not a source of cyclospora outbreaks. Maybe this water from these data centers could be doing something. Transmitted via ingestion of food or water contaminated with human fecal matter. Been hearing a lot of people talk about this. This is going to be racist, people. But other than that, they were saying like there's a lot of people from India working on the farms these days. That's just something I heard in a chat room once. Who knows? I think it's the data centers. I don't think it's filthy workers in Mexico. Even though that might be what it is, Coolants. Not like drinking some coolants. Coolants. Wait, is there another video link I have here? Hold on one second. I got another link to another thing, and I just want to see what this is before we move on from the shittening. Oh, lawsuits.
Another top story, cases of cyclosporiasis now topping more than 5,000 cases right here in Michigan in what could be the largest outbreak in U.S. history.
And as we told you at the top of the show, shredded iceberg lettuce sold at some Taco Bell restaurants are linked to the outbreak. And
here we go. They're going to tell you how to sue. I'm going to start going to Taco Bell to get the shittening and then sue. Apparently there's a way to do it.
now the outbreak is also making its way into federal court with the first lawsuit filed just yesterday. Tonight, Lauren Kostick explains what you can do to build a case if you believe you're part of the outbreak.
The message is clear. The FDA now saying do not eat lettuce from Mexico served at Taco Bell locations in 5 states, including Michigan. And take a look.
How do you know when you go into Taco Bell, you said, hey, where's your lettuce from? They're going to look at you like you got 20,000 eyes. You don't know where their shit came from. I'm going to go to Taco Bell tomorrow. I'm getting everything that has lettuce. I want the shittening. I want my brown lottery ticket.
Are already taking legal action. This man in Ohio said he ate it, he got sick, and now he's suing.
Great thing about lawsuits is lawsuits bring clarity to these issues.
Bill Marler, a food safety attorney, filing a lawsuit for an Ohio man who says he got sick after eating at a Taco Bell in North Olmsted near Cleveland. That man tested positive for cyclospora. It's the first lawsuit tied to the outbreak, naming the franchise owner and an unidentified supplier.
What the goal is not only to compensate my clients, but to figure out how to prevent this next outbreak.
This guy's a fucking piece of shit. Can I order cyclospora on Amazon, infect myself, buy some Taco Bell, and then sue?
Federal health officials say more than 1,600 sick people reported eating at Taco Bell locations in 5 states. They traced it back to a supplier in Mexico. Sources say that supplier is Taylor Farms. Now investigating.
So wait, is this? Oh, this is 5 days ago. This news might be old. Who knows? They said now it's not Taylor Farms. Somebody's getting paid off. There's a lot of shenanigans going on here.
Investigators are working to find out whether that lettuce went anywhere else. We're likely to see more lawsuits, right?
It's likely that other lawyers will follow suit, and that's not unusual as well.
So how do you build a strong case? First, get diagnosed. You need medical proof.
You need a doctor's note. Okay, check, got it. Now what?
Second, save receipts. Prove where and what you ate.
All right, save your receipts, get a doctor's note. How else can I get my brown lottery ticket?
And third, track symptoms, dates, details, doctor visits.
And I really think...
All right, I got to take videos of me taking large explosive shits. I could do that. I got a lot of free time these days.
This outbreak, given the size and scope and the interest, has an opportunity to sort of reinvigorate public health.
And it's important to note, even though some of the cases have been linked to the lettuce supplied to Taco Bell, not all of them have, which is why experts say it's important to continue taking precautions. Reporting, Lauren Kostick, Local 4.
Now, we did reach out to Taylor Farms about the lawsuit, but we have not heard back. They did say on social media no other Taylor Fresh Foods products are impacted, including salad kits, which do not contain iceberg lettuce.
Why are they blaming Taylor Farms if it's iceberg lettuce's fault? Blame iceberg lettuce. I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. I don't know what's going on these days. Should we listen to music? I don't even want to listen to music anymore. It's all goddamn AI shittenings. I'm going to play a lot less music this week. Maybe I'm going to start cutting a lot of music out. Only if I hear something that really blows my mind will I listen to some music. I know a couple of these songs are pretty good. I like that one song. We're going to listen to one song here that I kind of like. Can I play my own music? Yeah, I can play my own music. I got some. And then I could throw on the goddamn. Put on a little reverb, smack that on there. Play my own music. Fuck it. We're going to listen to the Dark Sewer News Network. Let's do that. We could still do that. That's okay. Even though she is AI. Sorry, Jane, I gave it away. She's still great. Let's see what she's got this week.
Good evening, degenerates and dreamers alike. This is Jane Hanoi coming to you live from the slimy depths for the Dark Sewer Network News. As your quirky paranormal investigative journalist, I specialize in digging up the dirt, literally, on the weird shit that mainstream media ignores. We're talking entities that make your average horror movie look like a kid's cartoon. Tonight's broadcast features 3 tales that kick off with the kind of everyday bullshit you'd hear on regular news, like infrastructure failures and animal control issues, but each one takes a hard left turn into full paranormal crazy town with demons, ghosts, and rodent royalty that will have you laughing, screaming, and checking your basement for leaks. Let's get this shit started before the rats take over the mic. In our opening story, city engineers are scrambling to deal with multiple sinkholes that have appeared in busy downtown intersections over the past week. They attribute these dangerous collapses to old corroded sewer lines combined with heavy rainfall that has washed away supporting soil, creating voids beneath the pavement. Crews are filling the holes with concrete and inspecting pipes around the clock to prevent more incidents that could swallow cars or pedestrians whole. Meanwhile, animal control officers have responded to several calls about large reptiles near storm drains, concluding that these are likely alligators once kept as pets and flushed down toilets when they became too big to handle. It's a messy but manageable urban headache, according to officials who urge caution and proper waste disposal. But eyewitness accounts tell a completely different and much more terrifying story that blows the official explanation out of the water, or should I say, out of the sewer. These alligators are no ordinary reptiles. They are massive, 15 to 20 feet long beasts with glowing green scales, razor-sharp teeth dripping with venom, and eyes that pierce the darkness like spotlights from hell itself. Witnesses describe hearing them growl in what sounds like a demonic language, coordinating attacks, and even using the sinkholes as portals to drag victims underground. This is no flush pet problem. These are ancient demonic guardians awakened by our toxic waste and global warming, now preparing to flood our streets with their mutated offspring and claim the surface for their underworld empire. It's a sewer invasion in the making. I risk life and limb to investigate one of these sites myself, and let me tell you, the reality is way worse than any nightmare. The creatures set elaborate traps using junk from the sewers and have been spotted herding packs of glowing-eyed rats as their minions for scouting and distraction tactics. One lucky survivor described being lured by what sounded like a crying child only to face a pack of these fiends ready to feast. The gators are shapeshifters too, able to mimic voices to trick people into the depths. The city's cover-up is pathetic because this paranormal threat could lead to mass disappearances and the complete breakdown of society if they break through in numbers. Stock up on weapons and holy symbols, people. The potential fallout from this demonic alligator situation is enough to make anyone lose sleep for weeks. With several confirmed missing persons cases linked to the areas and more sinkholes forming daily, it's clear we are on the brink of something catastrophic. The paranormal swing from simple plumbing issues to interdimensional invasion is complete, and it's only our first story. My advice is to avoid all open drains, seal your homes as best as you can, and maybe learn some basic exorcism chants for good measure. This sets a high bar for weirdness tonight, but trust me, the next stories are going to top it with even more slime and screams. On to the next one before these gators decide to host their own newscast. Our second story revolves around mysterious plumbing malfunctions, plaguing homes and businesses citywide. Residents report toilets flushing on their own in the middle of the night, faucets activating without touch, and eerie gurgling noises emanating from drains that some compare to distant moaning or chuckling. The official explanation from utility companies is air pockets in the pipes or changes in water pressure due to high demand during peak hours, with some cases possibly linked to faulty valves or even pranks by neighborhood kids. It's annoying and sometimes messy, leading to flooded bathrooms and water bills through the roof, but nothing that a good plumber can't fix with the right tools and a bit of elbow grease. Or so they think until the paranormal kicks in full force. However, when you listen to the people who have experienced these events firsthand, the mechanical explanation falls apart faster than wet toilet paper. The noises aren't random. They form words and sentences in voices that range from desperate pleas for rescue to sinister warnings about impending doom. Water flowing by itself is often accompanied by sudden temperature drops and the distinct odor of rot and sulfur, hallmarks of ghostly presence. These are the restless spirits of individuals who perished in plumbing-related accidents or were disposed of through the sewer system throughout history, now using the vast network of pipes as a conduit to interact with and terrorize the living world. They're angry about their fate and eager to pull more souls down with them into the eternal flush. Joining forces with some local paranormal enthusiasts, we set up recording equipment near a particularly active drain and captured undeniable proof of the otherworldly activity. The audio revealed layered voices crying out names and locations, along with what sounded like splashing and dragging sounds as if something was trying to emerge. One team member felt an invisible force tugging at his leg toward the open pipe, requiring several of us to pull him to safety. These entities can manipulate water into weapons or portals, making bathrooms and kitchens potential death traps. No plumber in the world has the tools to handle vengeful sewer ghosts who have had centuries to perfect their haunting techniques. This swing into the paranormal is as real as the slime on the walls. If these ghostly plumbers continue their rampage, we could see entire apartment complexes evacuated as the hauntings spread through connected pipe systems. Already there are reports of minor possessions where people black out near sinks and wake up with wet clothes or strange marks. The paranormal has taken over what started as a simple pressure problem, turning everyday conveniences into sources of fear. Seal those drains with crosses or whatever words you believe in, and for God's sake, don't investigate strange sounds by sticking your hand down there. This one has me reaching for the rum myself, but we have one more story to go that involves our least favorite furry friends in a big way. Wrapping up with our third story, health officials are sounding the alarm over a dramatic surge in rat activity throughout the urban core. They cite warmer than average temperatures boosting reproduction rates, easy access to food in unsecured trash and sewers, and reduced funding for extermination programs as the main culprits. There have been a record number of bite incidents requiring medical attention, along with concerns over the spread of serious illnesses carried in rat droppings and urine. Pest control teams are deploying baits, traps, and even fumigation in key areas, but the rodents continue to thrive and expand their territory into homes, subways, and public spaces. It's a persistent public health issue that's annoying residents and costing taxpayers a pretty penny in cleanup and medical costs. The twist comes when you realize these aren't your garden variety sewer rats anymore. They move in highly organized groups, bypassing traps and poisons as if they have insider knowledge, and some have been observed standing upright like tiny soldiers receiving orders. Locals have spotted a colossal rat leader with piercing red eyes, a distinctive crown of fur, and an aura of unnatural intelligence directing the masses from the shadows of the tunnels. This is the infamous Red King, a paranormal creature of legend who possesses psychic abilities to control his subjects and has been amassing power for generations. What began as a pest control headache has swung into a full supernatural conspiracy where the rats are preparing for a coordinated uprising against humanity. My team and I encountered a scouting party of these enhanced rats during a late-night foray, and it was like facing a tiny but terrifying army. They communicated through a series of squeaks and body language that coordinated their retreat when we shone lights on them, and several carried small objects that looked like stolen trinkets or messages. Victims of bites have described subsequent hallucinations featuring the Red King himself issuing commands to open windows or leave food out. The entity is building an empire below, using the rats as extensions of his will to weaken our defenses from within. Conventional methods won't cut it against this level of paranormal infestation. We may need to call in the big guns like ancient curses or divine intervention to stop the coming swarm. The stakes couldn't be higher with the Rat King on the move, potentially leading to a citywide infestation where rats overrun everything and turn survivors into unwilling servants. The health department remains in denial about the organized and supernatural aspects, focusing only on the disease angle while the real threat grows stronger every night. The story ties the evening together with themes of underworld rebellion, and it's got me more on edge than a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Be on the lookout for unusual rat behavior and don't hesitate to report anything strange to the authorities, or better yet, to us here at the network. Now, time for a quick word about someone who really dropped the ball on this one. And that someone is Nick the Rat. You miserable, tail-dragging, cheese-hoarding son of a bitch. You were tasked with bringing the night vision goggles and mapping the safe path, but instead you were probably busy fucking a hole in the wall or eating your own shit like the degenerate disease-spreading vermin. You truly are. Your incompetence nearly got us all killed by those gator demons and ghost hands. You worthless piece of rat filth, I hope you get trapped in the smallest pipe imaginable and starve slowly while the other rats laugh at your pathetic existence. You ball-sucking, ass-kissing rodent fuck. Stay out of my sight and out of the newsroom, or I'll make sure you're the next story we cover as bait. That's all the paranormal sewer news we have for you tonight. My wonderful audience of immature weirdos who appreciate the gross and the ghostly, from demonic alligators to plumbing poltergeists and the Red King's evil plot. It's been one hell of a ride through the underbelly of the bizarre. Thanks for tuning in to the Dark Sewer Network News, where we don't sugarcoat the slime. This is Jane Hanoi signing off with a big, sloppy, sewer-scented farewell. Have a fantastically fucked up good night, everyone. Keep your flashlights charged, your drains sealed, and your sense of humor intact, no matter what crawls out next. Until we meet again in the dark, stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, the shit always flows downhill, but the paranormal flows everywhere. Good night.
She's getting meaner and meaner. I'm gonna have to talk to HR about her. What the hell? No, stop it. Stop. You're not listening to that. No. She's so cute. She's so cute. Let's talk about geoengineering a little bit. We got a whole bunch of geoengineering stories I think that are kind of interesting. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got in geoengineering. This one happened a pretty long time ago. This happened a year ago, I guess, but I missed it. Apparently they were letting balloons go off into the air.
The Earth just had its hottest summer on record, according to
climate change
scientists. August, the hottest month. In tonight's Weekend Journal, CBS's Ann Makovic reports a small California startup is on a mission to reverse the warming, but it's risky.
High up in the hills near Silicon Valley, a controversial mission involving a weather balloon will soon take flight.
Go ahead. This guy's got one balloon he's filling up. He's going to send it up into the sky and pop it. this one balloon. To do any sort of geoengineering, they're going to have to send millions of balloons up. This happened a year ago. I heard the Mexican government got really pissed off at this dude, and they shut down the operation. But I thought this was a very interesting video for several reasons. Let's keep watching.
And start it slowly.
What's getting pumped inside the expanding globe?
Turn it up a bit more, please.
To get
Just trying to think of a word like retarded juice or something.
gases, sulfur dioxide and helium.
3, 2, 1.
The helium will carry this balloon more than 12 miles above the surface of the Earth into the stratosphere. Once there, the balloon bursts, releasing the sulfur dioxide. The belief is that the gas turns into an aerosol, which will bounce the sunlight back into space, cooling the planet.
That gas reacts with other things to form clouds that reflect a little bit of sunlight back into space before it can warm Earth.
The strategy seeks to temporarily...
So there's going to be a cloud the size of one weather balloon. So he's... How... You know, science is cool and all. What this nerd is doing is useless. Fucking... You should send in a whole bunch. I'm sure those little pieces of balloon that popped and go all over the place go into like animals eat it and choke and die.
Really cool the planet as human activities continue to warm it.
Even if we magically can stop burning fossil fuels tomorrow and somehow have some other magical energy to replace it.
Like nuclear, that magical nuclear power that we've had for the past 60 years.
There will still be warming.
Since 2022, Luke Eisman and Andrew Song from the startup Make Sunsets have launched more than 80 balloons. The concept behind the method is based on the planet cooling effects of volcanic eruptions. A good example is the...
They did 80 balloons. What are they wasting their time with? How are they getting any data? They can't be getting any data at all from this. They're polluting. They're littering. They're not going around picking up all those pieces of balloon that fucking scatter all over the planet. This happened a year ago, and they already got their balloon licenses revoked. So I'm yelling at the sky, but I didn't know this happened. I missed this news.
Massive eruption of Mount Pinatubo in 1991. It injected 15 million tons of sulfur dioxide aerosols into the stratosphere, dropping temperatures around the world.
Pinatubo actually cooled the Earth by about 0.3 of a degree Celsius or half a degree Fahrenheit for several years.
Dr. William Collins is with Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory and a top expert on aerosols and climate change science.
So we know these aerosols can cool the climate. And the question that people are now asking is, could we do that artificially?
Larger entities around the world are also looking into using this technology.
We're opposed to deployment at this stage.
Lisa Dilling is an associate chief scientist with the Environmental Defense Fund. The nonprofit is financing scientific research into artificial cooling technologies. The goal is to identify and better understand any unknown risks or side effects.
We feel we need to understand a lot more about this before we can even know if it's even a viable technology.
The team is willing to share its data with scientists, but not willing to stop the launches.
We can't let concern about impacts be an excuse for inaction, or we end up with more intense versions of all of the problems that we already have.
That guy sounds like a terrorist. You can't stop me from doing this. Well, they did.
Ann Makovic, CBS News, Santa Clara County.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm sure we got a lot of data from that. How much data did we get? I'm sure it was like nothing, but that was last year. I think this is from this year. Let's see. This is going on. This is some more climate science trying to save us. The big dump.
Researchers over in the Northeast have just poured 65,000 liters of sodium hydroxide into the Gulf of Maine in order to conduct a geoengineering project, which they claim at least might combat climate change. This trial...
They claim it might. So they dumped a whole bunch of shit into the water because they claimed it might. Who gave them the okay for this?
Which is officially called the Loch Ness Project. It took place last August, about 50 miles off the coast of Massachusetts. That was when scientists from the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution were seen pouring literally tons of this bright red chemical directly into the water over the course of roughly 4 days. The thinking is that by making the ocean more alkaline, it'll suck more CO2 from the atmosphere and turn it into harmless baking soda. The addition of the red color, it was just there for tracking purposes.
And also turning the fish red, because fuck, that's cool.
Now, this is something that the ocean does already do naturally. It's estimated, in fact, that the 5 oceans trap a combined total of 38 trillion tons of CO2. But that's their natural limit, based on the current average pH level of the water. The oceans literally cannot absorb any more CO2, at least naturally. However, this is exactly where the scientists come in. The thinking...
They should be called terrorists. What else is this doing? What about the animals that live in there? I'm sure that the changing the pH balance of the ocean and making them red is no bueno.
Thinking is, by changing the pH level of the ocean using sodium hydroxide, they can get the ocean to absorb ever more CO2. Quote, the geoengineering method known as ocean alkalinity enhancement aims to speed up this natural process by resetting the ocean's pH. Over 4 days, scientists added vast quantities of sodium hydroxide, an alkaline chemical tagged with a red dye, to the waters off the coast of Boston. Making the ocean more alkaline should encourage it to absorb even more CO2 from the atmosphere. Now, over on...
Did it work? Do they have any way to get data from this to support their claims?
Their official website, you can see that the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute actually has a graphic showing this idea as a simple drawing.
Oh, well, you know, as long as there's a simple drawing, then they're really, these scientists are nice people. As soon as there's a graphic, everything's okay. You don't have to worry. Don't worry. Look, there's a graphic. This planet needs... John took the easy way out, man. Fucking, this shit's crazy.
Essentially, in the past, they claimed that the oceans were a lot more basic. However, with the addition of ever more CO2 from the atmosphere, the oceans began a process of absorbing the carbon dioxide from the air and becoming more and more acidic over time. However, through their alkalinity enhancement procedure, they can add sodium hydroxide to the ocean water, which will, at least in theory, lower the pH level while at the same time allowing ever more CO2 to be captured. And so that's the basic theory that they had going in. This
coming out, they were like, "Oh, we fucked up." With the comments are okay. Thank God. There's no possible way this can turn out good. Of course, anything that happens won't be their fault. Well, yeah, because they have a graphic. They made a chart. Oh my God. So now we find out how much marine life they killed off by changing the pH of water. Who gave these scientists permission to do? I'm very you know, these comments are actually making me feel good. They're going to F up the ecosystem. No single country or private company should be allowed to do shit like this. CO2 is not a pollutant, it's plant food. If you reduce CO2 below 150 parts per million, photosynthesis stops and we all die.
This institute, they then got approval from the EPA and conducted a test by pouring this chemical solution into the ocean roughly 50 miles off the coast of Massachusetts. During this test, they poured in enough of this chemical solution to change the pH of the water from 7.95 up to 8.3. And after doing so, they were able to measure, allegedly, 10 more tons of carbon entering the water immediately. Quote, they then used cutting-edge technology, including autonomous gliders, long-range autonomous underwater vehicles, and shipboard sensors to track the spreading chemicals. Over the next few days, the scientists measured 10 tons of carbon entering the water as the pH increased from 7.95 to 8.3, matching pre-industrial levels. In the best-case scenario, the researchers estimate that the sodium hydroxide would absorb about 50 tons of carbon over...
They estimate it would absorb. But where's the what it did
for the next year, equivalent to the average yearly emissions of 5 UK citizens. And this summary, by the way, it came to us from the Daily Mail publication, and so that's why they use the average yearly emissions of UK citizens as a measurement. But just for your general reference, the average US citizen has about 3 times higher CO2 emissions per capita compared to the UK counterparts, meaning the amount of chemicals that they were able to pour into the ocean over the course of those 4 days, it would absorb enough CO2 to offset a single US citizen, which in and of itself kind of exposes one of the major problems with this approach, which is the scalability question. The sheer amount of these chemicals that'll need to be used every year to make a measurable dent in global CO2.
It sounds like they just want to dump chemical waste into the ocean. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy stuff.
CO2 levels is enormous. Quote, to scale up ocean alkalinity enhancement to a point where it could abate industrial CO2 emissions, billions of tons of sodium hydroxide would need to be dumped into the oceans every year.
So get on, boys. Get the factories turning this shit out. Make all the industrial waste you can. We're gonna dump it in the oceans to save the planet.
All right, just to pause here for a super quick moment, I'd like to introduce today's sponsor.
Oh, get out of here. Okay, where is it? Get out of here. All right. Anyway, so that's the geoengineering part of the show. Let's go for some random stuff. I'm going to do some random stuff. Maybe listen to one more song and get out of here. I'm pretty sure we all seen Bison Man. Bison Man getting flung in the air. Well, he speaks. Bison Man.
We're hearing from the grandfather
has his story.
who was tossed in the air by a bison, a
like a tossed salad.
Yellowstone National Park. Carl McDaniel and his grandson were walking through the park earlier this month when they spotted the massive animal. They kept what appeared to be a safe distance, but within minutes, the situation took a turn for the worse.
We saw the bison, and he was down. He wasn't showing aggression or anything.
And then we took pictures of him without asking, and we didn't sign a waiver, so he came over and fucked us up.
Anything like that until it picked a target. That target happened to be me. They moved faster than you could ever imagine. He just kept coming and he was more aggressive, and as soon as he got off that tree, he launched me in the air. I didn't get bruises from him launching me in the air. It was the landing that came the problem.
Oof. Well, McDaniel is still recovering from a broken femur. He credits all the first responders, doctors, and nurses for the excellent care he's been receiving since the accident.
I would need like trauma counseling as well. Imagine that thing coming at you.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Isn't that the lady with the missing mom? I need trauma counseling because nobody knows where my mom is. That's horrible. Let's see. We got some caffeine news for all you coffee heads out there. This is always fun. Is coffee good? Is coffee bad? Well, let's see what they say today. Take your bet. Take your bet.
Well, many of us start the day with a cup or more of Joe. But when it comes to heart health, how many cups of caffeinated coffee are safe to drink each day?
Oh. I think this is because coffee sales are down. I think I read somewhere that coffee sales are down, so they want to up the amount of Joe you put in your throat.
A new statement from the American Heart Association may be reassuring to coffee drinkers. Gwen Baumgardner has more on The Buzz.
Sophia Red and Nikki Rudolph love their iced coffee.
I'm probably sitting at like 2 cups a day. I'll do 1 caffeinated and then like usually a decaf.
These rookie numbers. Come on, ladies. When I was drinking coffee, I had like 6 to 10 cups of instant Mount Hagen's coffee. I was putting Mount Hagen's coffee in everything. I was fucking making chocolate milk and putting some coffee in there. I was putting my finger in those crystals and I was sticking up my ass. I was going crazy with that shit, man. I miss it.
Like mid-afternoon.
A new scientific statement from the American Heart Association looks at the latest research to date on caffeine and cardiovascular disease. Consuming up to 400 milligrams of caffeine or up to 5 8-ounce cups of caffeinated coffee per day is safe and appears to be linked to a lower risk of cardiovascular disease for.
Not only is it safe, it's healthy.
some people.
The available evidence suggests that caffeine may actually have protective effects, especially when it comes to the risk of future heart attack and the risk of diabetes.
Dr. Gregory Marcus
was paid off by Big Coffee.
Chaired the group that wrote the statement, which is largely based on observational research. He cautions higher doses of caffeine found in energy drinks and other products may cause harm.
There are many reports in young, otherwise healthy people consuming energy drinks and developing this very fast and potentially dangerous heart rhythm disturbance. So certainly would avoid energy drinks in general.
But not coffee. Why is coffee, why is 5 cups of coffee, 400 milligrams of caffeine okay? Except for if it's in an energy drink. What?
May reassure coffee drinkers that they're not increasing their heart disease risk. Doctors say it doesn't mean people should be drinking 5 cups a day because how much caffeine a person can tolerate can vary.
My heart would literally be racing so badly. I get super jittery, super shaky, feel anxious.
If you notice your heart racing, doctors say you should cut back or avoid caffeine. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS.
All right, you can consult with your doctor. We got some more random news here. This one's a fun one. I might have to do this on a different tab. Hold on. I gotta see if this works. I don't know if it's gonna work. Yeah, this is let's see Mamdani what he has to say. So Netanyahu is coming to New York, and apparently he's a war criminal. Look at this video of my man here. Hold on, I gotta change this source. Filters, properties. Where's the web browser? Go here. Oh, excuse me. All right, there we go. There we go. Let's see what Ma'am Dammy has to say. Looking like a Bond villain. Looking like a Bond villain here.
Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal, the architect of a horrific genocide against the Palestinian people. He is responsible for the killing of more than 73,000 people, for the maiming of tens of thousands of children as those who survive undergo amputation without anesthesia, for the targeting of neonatal hospitals and maternity care centers, denying newborns even the chance to live.
The funny thing is, no, this is real. This is on his X page. He looks like a Bond villain. This looks like a very highly produced video, even though it's just him sitting there. It's a very good camera, and it slowly zooms in on his face, and he's talking about these atrocities of Netanyahu, but then he does all these other interviews. He's like, well, I can't do anything. So what is he doing here? What is going on here, Zorhan?
For the countless people he starved as he blocked food and humanitarian aid from reaching them. For the gunning down of hundreds of aid workers and journalists. And just last month, the UN confirmed that Palestinian children continue to be deliberately targeted and killed by Israeli armed forces, more than 8 months after the so-called ceasefire. The list goes on and on, all as we, as Americans, pay for the bombs that do the killing. There is a reason the International Criminal Court issued a warrant for his arrest. As human beings, we have spent generations building a shared understanding that there are crimes so grave they offend all of humanity. Anyone with their eyes, with their heart, with their conscience should recognize the devastation he has wrought and understand that he belongs before a court of law. As I've said, I agree with the ICC that Benjamin Netanyahu should be arrested and tried for his crimes, as I do for anyone else charged by the ICC.
Like George Bush?
My administration has reviewed every avenue available under applicable law to determine whether New York City could execute the International Criminal Court's arrest warrant if Benjamin Netanyahu came here. It is clear that we do not have the independent legal authority.
So then what is this video for? This guy's coming out saying, man, yeehaw, I'm a cowboy. This guy's a bad guy. Welcome to New York.
To enforce this warrant. The federal government, however, does. And I call on them to join the ICC and execute this warrant. And I want to be equally clear. Benjamin Netanyahu is not welcome in New York City, nor is any other war criminal at large. While we cannot end the genocide on our own, We can decide whether our silence will become another weapon, and we can examine every tool we have to defend the humanity and dignity of all people. That is my commitment to you.
Oh, snap. I was looking into General Zod. I was looking into how many Muslims and Jewish and Christian people are in New York City. Apparently there's about 1 million Muslims, 1 million Jews, and 3 million Christians. I didn't think there would be that many. I thought it was going to be all just Jews and Muslims. I didn't even know there was any Christians left here. How many atheists are in New York City? How many atheists are? It's probably the majority are in New York City. 2.1 million atheists. So there's still a slight Christians are winning a little bit. Wait, there's a, what the fuck is here? I don't even know what this is. I could have I don't know. I don't know what I was looking at. I was breaking it down by neighborhood and all that baloney. But either way, I thought that was kind of funny. What are they trying to do here? Another stupid thing going on in New York City soon in September. This is going to be a really retarded event, but they're putting a Charlie Kirk statue in New York City.
LGBTQ.
And I thought the best news outlet to tell about it would be Queer News Tonight. So let's see what we got going on. Queer News Tonight. Oh, look at that. I know that guy. Let's make this a little bit bigger here for you guys. Now, what do you... I can't wait for them to put this Charlie Kirk statue in New York City. And I hope it leads to a lot of arrests for people that try to do shit to it. Oh boy. Oh man, I love review, brah.
1 Minute News, let's queer up the USA view. Charlie Kirk statue planned for Times Square draws online criticism. Pro-Trump Italian artist Sergio...
So the person talking is Francesca D'Amore. In September, they're going to put it right in the middle of Times Square, I think. So now, I don't know if you guys know who Charlie Kirk is, and I don't know if you know the politics of New York, but this is oh boy.
Joe Fortunati announced a statue honoring mega influencer Charlie Kirk will be unveiled in New York City's Times Square on September 10th, marking 1 year since Kirk's death. Fortunati is raising funds online, and the campaign has collected about $1,400 towards its $150,000 goal. The campaign states, quote, "There's been lots of talk from politicians, and none of them, absolutely none of them, have come up with a serious plan or a financial business plan to install a memorial for Charlie. We, the people, can erect this eternal masterpiece. Donors of any kind will have their name engraved on the monument's platform. So yes, your name will be eternally attached to Charlie Kirk." And
so if you want to help, there's supposedly a New York artist, but I think he's from Italy. He's like an Italian guy who broke his foot on this stupid statue. The statue kind of looks like Charlie Kirk, but it looks like a zombie Charlie Kirk. It's not a very good statue, I'll say that. It's like all metal, like a brass thing. Cost him $100,000. If you want to get your name on the Charlie Kirk statue, you could donate to him, and he'll engrave your name. Now, this lovely lady... yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen to this Charlie Kirk statue blitzed, but New York City is gonna be retarded about it. Very disrespectful pieces of shit, as you'll hear on Queer News Tonight. Listen to what the panel for Queer News Tonight says about this statue in New York City.
quote. However, since the announcement, the Instagram commenters on the artist's page are saying it'll be destroyed and vandalized within seconds of its display.
I've read some of these comments, horrible comments. The things that people said about, that are still saying about Charlie Kirk is sickening. It's, you people are monsters. The things Charlie Kirk has, I've seen a lot of Charlie Kirk stuff, and I've never heard him say anything that was radically horrific. The things that they say about him are radically horrific. Oh boy. Listen.
And I agree with that. I do think it'll be destroyed and vandalized, and it's politically incorrect, correctly impolitical. One of those situations.
I remember the day he died. I was so happy. The world is such a better place without Charlie Kirk in it. And just one thing I would change about the statue is like every hour, maybe like just a little comes out the side.
What the fuck? Wow. People have no couth. The couth is ridiculous. Like, do you not understand what you just said was evil? Like, I never heard Charlie Kirk say, I wish gays got holes in their necks and squirted blood out of their statues, and fuck him, and the world is better when they die. No.
I don't know about all that, but $150,000 statue, and they've only raised $1,500.
I know.
Listen, that's giving me GoFundMe meets wishful thinking. All right, New Yorkers are already predicting it'll last about as long as an ice sculpture in July.
Yeah.
All right, it just is what it is. It's not gonna.
We'll wait for the sales to go on Temu.
There we go.
Close this out, Ms. Francesca.
That is an LGBTQ 1-minute news story. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribe.
What else do they have on this channel? They should booby trap it. They should fucking. What do we got here? Rebel Wilson cleared in defamation case. We got Florida man goes to jail. We got. Who cares? JD Vance mocked after calling Joe Biden's ice cream eating suggestive. What? I don't think I heard this story. I think I'm gonna start watching
LGBTQ 1-minute news. Let's queer up politics. JD Vance mocked after calling Joe Biden's ice cream eating suggestive. While discussing Biden's well-known fondness for ice cream on the Joe Rogan Experience, Vance said, quote, "The thing I couldn't get over Biden is the way that he ate ice cream. It's like they will get him eating ice cream in the most ridiculous, suggestive way imaginable," end of quote. Host Joe Rogan responded to this statement, saying he never even paid attention to that. The conversation then shifted to eating corn dogs in public, with Rogan saying, quote, "You have to be a very manly man to be able to confidently eat a corn dog," end of quote. The remarks quickly drew...
Why do you have to be a manly man to eat corn dogs in public? I don't... Oh, is Rogan talking about because they look like, it looks like a dick? Or because corn dogs are like children's food?
Reactions online. This is the manosphere right now. This is what we're seeing in this country. Why is JD Vance, the vice president of the most powerful nation in the world, paying attention to how another man eats ice cream? I mean, the man just had a baby, for crying out loud. Don't you have other things to, be concerned about than how Joe Biden eats ice cream or how to eat a corn dog? I just don't know. The lady protests too much.
It says a lot more about JD Vance than it says about anyone else.
I wonder how many corn dogs he's lost in between the cushions in the house.
I actually agree with Joe Rogan. He says you have to be a very manly man to be able to eat or to confidently eat a corn dog. Yeah, like a manly man, like somebody like wouldn't care at all about that. The only person would be like a very insecure man that would be like, look, what are people gonna think if I eat a banana in public, if I eat this? I'm like, it's never even crossed my mind.
I mean, you're not deep throating it. You're just eating it. Chew.
This story is hilarious to me.
That is an LGBTQ 1 minute news story.
There you guys go. Let's get a whole bunch of. All right, I gotta subscribe to this channel. All right, we got one more thing we're gonna talk about, and then I'm gonna get the hell out of here. We have stupid Elon Musk stories, and fucking SpaceX is falling through the floor. I think the bubble popping is happening, everybody. I think they're starting to realize there's nerd ram cartels doing a whole bunch of illegal shit. I think the bubble might pop soon. But here we go. Elon Musk, I don't even want to talk about the Odyssey. I don't care. I'll watch it when it comes on for free somewhere whenever I can watch it. I really don't care about the actors or actresses in it. I've seen the Odyssey before. I know what's going to happen. They turn into pigs. He shoots an arrow through a fucking thing. Gets reunited. I heard there's a cool hell scene in the movie. That'd be nice. But everybody's like, Elon Musk wants to pay. He wants to give $100 million to have AI and Mel Gibson make the Odyssey. Like what? Who? How does Elon Musk have all this money? Then again, he's just whatever. He's just saying shit. I don't think he even cares. But yeah. Elon Musk has said his AI platform Grok Imagine will make a historically accurate adaptation of Homer's Odyssey after the success of Christopher Nolan's blockbuster treatment, which the SpaceX founder has regularly criticized over its casting. It's like this is way much. This is. I want to see Elon Musk eating a corn dog with his ass. Maybe I could get AI to make that video for me. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. This might be the new format for the show where there's less music and more talk radio. Less music, more talk. We've been going for a few hours anyway without all the extra added time from the AI music. I'll still play some songs, I think, but it's going to be less than 9. We'll see what happens. Anyway, rest in peace, John. I love you. Can't wait to hear the show tomorrow. I feel bad for his family. I feel horrible for Mimi and his kids. I feel bad for Adam. Adam's going to have to find a real job now. Nah, I'm joking. He's got a lot of other podcasts and income streams. Yeah, and live life like it's the last day every day. Make sure you tell everybody around you that you love. Tell them that you love them. Make sure you know that everybody's life is hard. Everything that people in the news bicker about is just bullshit. It's retarded. It's like Elon Musk and Odyssey. It's stupid, retarded nonsense. Go touch some grass. Breathe some air. The world is okay. It's just the people on it are dumb. And we're gonna be fine. We're gonna get through this. Oh, really? Interesting. Everything's okay. And we'll all hang out one day soon. It'll be a big old party in the sky. And it'll be cool. All right. I love you all. John, I love you. And I'll see you guys next week on Nick the Rat Radio. Peace out, sauerkraut. Let's listen to one more song. We got Hypersphere with End Credits. We'll see you guys next week. Maybe I'll start doing something else too. Maybe we'll figure it out. I don't know. Good night, guys. midnight in the next sewer.
You're about to remind me that logic alone dictates your action.
I would not remind you of that which you know so well. If I may be so bold, it was a mistake for you to accept promotion. Commanding a starship is your first best destiny. Anything else is a waste of material.
I would not presume to debate you.
That is wise. In any case, were I to invoke logic, logic clearly dictates that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Don't kill animals! Rats have